What's up, you guys? Teddy Striker here, and this Saturday, UFC 299. What I think the biggest or the fight of the night is gonna be, there's a lot of great fights. Jack Della Maddalena or JDM versus Gilbert Burns, MVP versus Kevin Holland, Benoit Saint-Denis versus Dustin Poirier. I think that the best fight on this card is gonna be between these bantamweights, not the main event, but Petr Yan and Song Yadong. Now, both of these guys are great strikers. They're pretty well rounded, I would say. Maybe Song Yadong might have the edge in terms of submissions, because you haven't seen Petr Yan, really go for that. He was able to really out wrestle Sean O'Malley, but he didn't really have submission threats in that fight. Whereas Yadong or Song, I think he's had a couple submissions before. And, he's got some pretty good jiu-jitsu. He trains at a jiu-jitsu camp or a grappling camp at Team Alpha Male. And, originally I thought that, he might be able to, win some rounds by, taking down Petr Yan at some points. But, thinking back to that Merab fight with Petr Yan, Petr Yan, he defended a lot of takedowns from Merab Develas, really. Merab attempted, I think it was, close to 50 takedowns. I mean, he only got, 12 or something like that. So, that's a lot of takedowns for Petr Yan to be defending over the course of 5 rounds. And then you think about the Aljamain Sterling fights. Aljamain Sterling, I'm pretty sure it was either the first fight or the second fight. At one point, he shot, 20 takedowns, but he only got 2. Or it might have been, 22 takedown attempts and 2 takedowns, and those two takedowns were the difference makers. But Petr Yan has some great takedown defense, and to be honest, I don't think that Song Yadong is as good as getting people to the ground as Merab or Aljamain Sterling. I think those guys, that's what they specialize in, and I don't think Song Yadong is on their level in those terms. He might be strong physically, but I don't think he's gonna be able to take Petr Yan down. Or at least, I don't think he's going to be attempting that many takedowns either, because I think a lot of his takedowns are going to get defended, which is just going to make this a striking fight. So, Petr Yan, he's probably, the second best striker in the bantamweight division, or he could even be the best striker in that division, period. The only reason I say that is because he lost to Sugar Sean O'Malley, and that fight was very, very close. I think the first round was the deciding round, because the second round went to Petr Yan, and then the third one to Sean O'Malley. But yeah, I think in that first round you could probably arguably give it to Petr Yan or Sean O'Malley. I think when I was watching live, I thought that Petr Yan did enough, but rewatching it, you can kind of give it to Sugar Sean, because me personally, I prefer when there's damage being dealt and you're attempting to finish the fight. And Petr Yan, he was getting some good takedowns, but he wasn't really doing much with it. Well, Sean O'Malley was landing a couple of shots here and there, and I think he might have been out striking Petr Yan on the feet. I can't quite remember, but yeah, Petr Yan, he's a great striker. He took out Corey Sandhagen in an incredible fight, and yeah, he pieced up Jose Aldo as well. He was making some great adjustments in that fight with Aldo. Aldo was piecing up his leg, but he was able to, change up his stance and everything and find some counter shots, find some openings on Jose, a great striker. Not many people beat Jose Aldo, especially, striking, but yeah, Song Yadong, he's good too. He had a good fight with Corey Sandhagen. In my opinion, that fight, it was 2 rounds apiece going into round 5, but obviously there was a doctor stoppage. But yeah, he was doing good. He was finding some good angles, and he was finding his timing for that left hook on Corey Sandhagen. He even rocked him bad at one point. I think it was in the second round. And yeah, this guy is a good striker too. He was able to outstrike Ricky Simone. That's a bit of a lower level guy. Chris Gutierrez, I think he was able to out-grapple him, and at some points he was able to outstrike him. But again, that's a lower level guy. And Petr Yan, in my opinion, is the best striker that Song Yadong is ever going to fight or has ever fought up to this point. He's fought Chito, he's fought Corey Sandhagen, but I think that Petr Yan is just a lot better than those guys. with his variety of strikes, the way he's able to mix it up, like you don't know if he's gonna be defensive or offensive. Like his combinations and his mid-fight adjustments, I think it's just what makes him so good. And I think in this fight, Peter Yan, I think he should really focus on those straight shots. Like Corey Sandhagen in their fight, like he was finding a lot of like openings on like straight attacks. Like that's how he was able to end the fight basically by throwing like a straight lead elbow, and it just opened up in like a cut over Song Yadong's eye, and it just like split right through his guard. He's just got this high guard at times, and he's got good head movement against Ricky Simone and Chris Gutierrez, but those guys are no Peter Yan. So I think that Peter Yan can find some openings just with straight shots, like Corey Sandhagen did. Like he has this really nice combo that he did against Uriah Faber. It was like a 1-2 while like changing his stance into southpaw, and then once he throws that 2, he throws another 2 from the southpaw stance, and it's like a huge left straight, and it just floored Uriah Faber. So I think that a combo like that, if Song Yadong starts backing up, would be really useful for Peter Yan. But yeah, like Peter Yan, if he's the same as when he fought Corey Sandhagen, and if he's not like kind of washed or like maybe not the same mentally, I think that he can definitely win this fight. But I think that I don't think that he's gonna be like in the best headspace. I think that it's gonna take a while for him to get going. I think that he's gonna lose the first 2 rounds and then come back in the third. I think that early on it's gonna be a bit hard for Peter Yan to find openings with Song's speed and like his power and those weird shots. I think that he's gonna hurt Peter Yan early with a left shovel hook. Peter Yan, like he has a tendency to like kind of dip to his right side with his high guard. That's how Sean O'Malley was able to cut him up with an elbow and a knee. And even Aljamain Sterling cut him with a flying knee. So I think that Song Yan is going to be able to catch him with a shovel uppercut. But I think he's going to win by a decision.